Well, here is your report card for your Indianapolis Colts. Straight up grades, no A pluses, no A minuses. We're practically a quarter away through the season, and I think it's time to look through some players and see who's maybe who's played well, who's disappointed us. Guys like Shaq Leonard, Big Q. We're going through some of the biggest names to talk about here today. So, feel free to give me your thoughts as we go through this video and I go through my grades. A little disclaimer as well: I'm not doing A pluses, B minuses. I'm doing straight up grades, not going to complicate it. Their grade is what it is. So we're going to start with the Fs. And unfortunately, Shaq Leonard tops the list at F. It hurts to see how poorly Shaq Leonard has played, but it's just a matter of fact of it. He has not played well. He's been outsnapped by EJ Speed, and Zaire Franklin, and quite frankly, both of those players have made much more plays than Shaq Leonard. And it just looks like he's playing scared. It looks like he's not really himself, and it sucks. Is Shaq Leonard kind of like the Andrew Luck of defense at linebacker? Was on his way to having a historic, a generational career at linebacker, an all-time career. And last offseason, not this offseason, the one prior, he had the back surgery, and the Colts expect him to be back in 2 weeks. To be back to training camp in like 1.5, 2 months. I thought that was absolutely wild. You get a back surgery, it's going to be longer than that, and absolutely was. It was like a year and a half, basically. It was like a year. Basically, it was a year. And so far this year, Shaq Leonard has been a disappointment, but Zaire Franklin and EJ Speed have both impressed. So it doesn't hurt as much, but you're still paying him $20 million a year. So Shaq is getting the F right off the bat. I hope, it's just him shaking off the rust and trying to get back to full strength because of the back. 2 back surgeries. That's no light task to come back from. It's difficult to come back from any injury. Forget 2 back surgeries. So I hope he continues to get better, but right now, Shaq isn't looking like himself. I hope he can come back to form, but right now, quarter of the way through the season, he is an F. Alec Pierce, F all the way. He's had a couple of catches, a couple of nice ones, but other than that, it's been a lot of drops. I haven't really been targeting him as much, and you could make the case that maybe they're not scheming it to him, maybe they're not having him be one of the first reads, but the matter of fact is, he's probably not getting. I don't think he's getting open. That's what it seems like. It seems like he's not getting open, and if you get open, he's AR is going to throw to you, or Gardner Minshew would have threw to him. I'm just not seeing it from Alec Pierce, the second year in which we have high expectations for him, and he's laying a stinker. He's not doing nothing. He had that beautiful catch yesterday versus the Rams. Those are way too far in between. We need more of those. I know, those are difficult catches, but when you have the ball in your chest, when you have that ball in your chest, damn near in your hands, and you drop it, you have to find a way to catch those. If you have it in the chest, you have to catch them. There's no excuse on why you can't. You had it. And I get it. I'm not out there running routes and being hit by these safeties and these big guys, but watching the game of football, you're being paid millions of dollars. You better be able to hold on to it. And you want a lot of money. You want to be a great player. Well, if you want to be a great player, those are the kind of passes and catches that you have to make. Pierce has not done so. He has a straight up F so far. Eric Johnson is the last F. He has looked horrible. I don't think he was drafted a year ago. Just not getting it done. He's not making a difference when, if he comes in for Buckner or Stewart, he doesn't do much. There's not too much to talk about there. Johnson, hopefully he can, find a way to step up because, we really need depth in that interior currently. D's. Let's move over to the D's. So I have 2. Not a lot. Dallas Flowers and Ronnie Thomas. So Dallas Flowers, if you say Dallas, whatever. I'll say he's been wildly inconsistent. He has had some nice plays throughout the season. He's also had a lot of bad ones where he's getting B's. He's just not covering his guy like he needs to. And we haven't played. Let's see. Week 1, we played Calvin Ridley, Christian Kirk. Okay, you played some good weapons and a very good quarterback. Week 2, played CJ Stroud, and you played some young and upcoming talents. And then week 3, he was all right. He blew a few coverages, and then week 4 he had a few nice plays versus the Rams. So maybe he's, I don't think he's more than deserving of a D. I think he's been too inconsistent, and when he's bad, he's playing horrible. But when he's playing good, he's okay. He made a few really nice plays versus the Rams yesterday. Other than that, I have not seen too much from him. I'm not too stoked about him. Not too happy. Rodney Thomas, he's in D. He had a really nice play yesterday as well. Other than that, it feels like he's missing tackles. He's blowing coverages. We'll see as the season goes on, but I'm not too stoked about Rodney Thomas or Dillis Flowers so far. Still early. Hopefully they can continue to get better. Moving on to the C category. This is where the categories get fat. You got a lot of players in the A, B, and C. C. To start off, I have Julian Blackmon. Julian Blackmon has been all right. He's been making good tackles here and there. Missing a few. He's been all right. He hasn't been bad. I think he belongs in C, is more than fair. Kenny Moore is in C. Kenny Moore is a bit inconsistent, as we all know, but he had that really nice interception yesterday. He's made a few nice plays here and there. Still getting beat a bit. Still having a few rough plays, but I've liked what I've seen from Kenny Moore. He's looking much better than he did last year, which, not saying much. He looked really bad last year, but he's looking pretty good this year so far. Not great, but I'd say good. And when you're just playing good, when you're not playing great, C is more than fair. All right, Quentin Nelson's at C. He's had a few holds. No, I don't know why I have Quentin Nelson here. C. Quentin Nelson should be in B. Okay. I apologize. I don't know why I have Quentin Nelson down in C. Move on. Anthony Richardson in C. AR's been okay. He's been much better than what I expected from him in year 1. I thought he's throwing the ball all right. He is overthrowing the ball quite a bit. He's definitely having accuracy issues. But there were a few passes that were dropped yesterday, including that one on the sideline for Kylan Granson. It was a fade. Difficult catch to make. It was in his hands. Granson, you've got to catch that, man. You have got to catch that. But his running ability, top notch. Considering he missed a game, I couldn't put him in B. Anyways, I don't think he's played to earn a B. I think he belongs right in C right now. He's not playing great. He's not playing very good. And that's what kind of this C category is. You're playing kind of in the middle. You're not bad like a D, but you're not playing really good like a B. He's got to get that accuracy on point. He's got to. He also fumbled yesterday. That definitely took down his grade a little bit. The interception in week 1, his processing, he's still learning. He's got a long way to go. He's in C because I'm impressed from what I'm seeing for how, and he's brought such a big playmaking ability to this offense. We haven't had in such a long time, and that's making a difference on offense. And he's been inconsistent. This offense has been inconsistent as a whole. And that's a product of a very young and inexperienced Anthony Richardson and a young team in general. Julius Brents is at C. So Julius Brents allowed a couple of catches yesterday, especially in the first half. The second half, he played much better. The only reason why I don't have Julius Brents in B is because he missed 2 games. And if you miss a couple of games, your grade is going to be brought down a little bit. That matters, 100%. Injuries, just missing game for personal reasons. It doesn't matter what it is. If you're missing a game and you're not playing, the grade is going to be taken down. It's not going to be as good as maybe as you are playing. If you played those first 2 games and you played decent and you played, like he has been, then I would 100% put him in B, but we don't have those answers. We will never know how well he would have played in week 1. So he's still getting a C for me. Now we're moving on to B. So Michael Pittman Jr. is in B. I'm impressed with what I was seeing from Michael Pittman. That nice catch yesterday. Was running good routes. He's getting open. I've been really impressed with Michael Pittman. Last couple of years he's been dealing with a new quarterback every single year, basically. So I'm impressed from what I've seen from Pittman. It seems like he's a leader. He's catching a ton of really difficult passes to catch. I really like what I'm seeing from Michael Pittman. This is what we needed, because with Alec Pierce not playing well, I will say Josh Downs has played well. I'm happy how Josh Downs has played. But yeah, Michael Pittman belonging in the B, not A, but he's, because the guys in A have been huge difference makers for the most part. But Michael Pittman has been very good. He's impressed me. I'm very happy with him. I am 100% willing to give Michael Pittman the contract now. 100% willing. I think Pittman has earned the contract now. Give him the contract as soon as possible. Andrew Ogletree is next in B. He's been phenomenal. He's making it, he's a big playmaker. He's been making a few nice catches, and he did so yesterday versus the Rams. He's been doing so all season long. He's been having 1, 2, 3 nice catches every single game. I'm impressed with that with Andrew Ogletree. And last year in training camp, I heard he was going off toward the ACL, out for the year. This year, coming back like mid-training camp, working out, getting back into shape. So impressed by what I've seen from Andrew Ogletree. And Kylan Grant has been good as well. DeForest Buckner and Braden Smith are both in B. So Braden Smith, he's had quite a few penalties, and he's been beat a couple of times. Other than those couple of times and the penalties, he's been very good. Those penalties and those couple of times he's getting beat, and then some of those penalties were in big moments. So that brought him down from an A to a B. DeForest Buckner, he's been awesome. I didn't put him in A because I have someone else in A over Buckner on the interior of that defense line. And, if you guys know our team, you know exactly where I'm going. Kwity Paye, he's been a B. He's taking that next step. This is something that we were waiting to see from Kwity Paye. We wanted to see Kwity Paye take that next step and ultimately, become that pass rusher that we've been waiting for. So he would have been an A if not for the performance yesterday. I thought Kwity Paye. I did not think Kwity Paye was great yesterday. That he had a few hiccups in the, in the run, stopping the run, pass rush. Didn't think was great from Kwity Paye. But still in B. We're still impressed with them. I'm happy to see Kwity Paye taking the strides and the next steps that we've been hoping for. We know that he has already been great in stopping the run in the run game, but we knew he had to take the next step in the pass department, in the pass rush department, and he has. Deo Dangbo, he's in B. That man has been so explosive off the edge. He had 1.5 sacks yesterday. I think he has 2 sacks on the season. He's been explosive. It feels like he's getting pressures all day long. Deo belongs here in B. And I also want to talk about Quentin Nelson here in B, considering I play him in C by accident. I thought Quentin Nelson has been playing very good. Now, yesterday, he did have 2 holds. Was playing Aaron Donald. You still don't want the holds. You still don't want those penalties. He has protected his quarterback as well. But if he's doing his job and he's playing like a $20 million guard, he shouldn't have to be holding. I know no one's perfect. They're going to have bad plays here and there. I 100% get it. But Quentin Nelson does tend to hold a lot. And he was playing against one of the best, defensive players in the NFL. So I understand. But Quentin Nelson and B. A. I have quite a few players in this A category, and I am happy. Bernhard Raimann is the first one. Let's say I think we found our left tackle, to say the very least. Bernhard Raimann has been phenomenal. I don't think I've seen him have many penalties. Yeah, he did miss a game, so you can, maybe I should have considered moving him down, as I said for other guys. But he played 3 games, and all 3 of those games he played at a very high level. He was phenomenal in all 3. Really happy to see Bernhard Raimann taking that next step, because we haven't had that guy on the left side, at left tackle in a very long time. And he's played some tough pass rushes as well. In week 1 versus the Jaguars, you played Josh Allen and you played Trayvon Walker, 2 very talented guys. Josh Allen right now looking pretty good so far this year. Trayvon Walker is still trying to get it figured out, but then the next week we played Will Anderson, Jerry Hughes, and that Texans defense line is no joke. They have a few good players. Now they're not great, but they're no joke. Raimann did well against the Ravens, and then play versus the Rams. We don't really have anything versus the Rams, but I thought Blake Freeland actually played okay. Matt Gay is our next guy. Incredible. He's the highest paid kicker in NFL history, and he's playing like it. He hit so many. He hit 450-plus yarders in that Ravens game. Now, he did miss a 47-yarder versus the Rams, but you're going to have times where you're just going to miss them. But in the preseason, he was missing some extra points, some field goals. We were worried about that in preseason. Regular season so far, he's been good. He's been awesome. And as good as deserving an A. Zach Moss is next. Zach Moss has been phenomenal. He's been very good. And, and it's showing us. It's showing that We don't need Jonathan Taylor. Now, is Zach Moss Jonathan Taylor? No. He's still breaking tackles galore. He's still, he has three games in a row with 70-plus rushing yards, 2 with 100-plus. Zach Moss has impressed me, and he has shown us that that's the, he's improved so much since coming from Buffalo. It didn't seem like he was a guy in Buffalo. He just couldn't get it figured out. Comes over to Indianapolis, and he got it figured out. He's playing well. He's playing very good. I'm so happy with the way Zach Moss is playing, and it shows. You don't need a top 5 running back to be a good football team. Well, you don't need a top 5 running back. Running backs are replaceable. They're easy to find. And Zach Moss is showing us that. All right. Samson Ebukam is next. He gets an A. He gets an A all the way through. Samson Ebukam has been so explosive off the edge. He's getting pressures all day long. Ebukam has been an incredible pickup. And it was an 8-year or $24 million a year contract. A 3-year, not 8 years, a 3-year, $24 million a year contract, but $8 million per year he's getting. It's looking like a steal. Ebukam has been phenomenal. He just filled that unique Ngakoue role with no issues. And he's in there all the time. He's in the backfield all the time. Next up, Zaire Franklin. I think he's got like 57 tackles in 4 games. He's first in the NFL. He's forced a fumble. He has a sack. He has a couple of tackles for losses. With the way Shaq is playing, it's refreshing to see Zaire Franklin taking the next step. And he was very good last year as well. Flies all over the field. He's involved in every single play. And we've seen it so far this year. We've seen it. He's been phenomenal. Deserving of an A. Another one deserving of an A. Grover Stewart. I think Buckner has been very good, but I think Stewart has been on a different level. I think he's been rushing the passer much more efficiently than he has been. He's still not great at it. It's much better than what he has had, but than what he has done. On top of that, he's one of the best interior defensive linemen against the run. He's a brick wall. So hard to move. He has quite a few tackles for losses. He's getting in there all day long. Grover Stewart, I believe he was a 5th-round pick, a little while ago too. Grover Stewart, he is so underrated, so untalked about among Colts fans and the NFL. Such a damn good interior defensive lineman. Give him his respect. Last but not least, Shane Steichen gets an A. I should probably, if I were to give an A+, I know I said I'm not doing A+, A-, I'm not doing all that crazy stuff, just giving straight up grades. There's someone I give an A+, that is Shane Steichen. What we saw with Shane Steichen in the first few weeks is something we've never seen with Frank Reich. This Colts team had nowhere near the amount of energy they've had so far. They love going out there and playing for this guy. Shane Steichen has them playing at a high level. They're not screwing up all these little things. Not making a ton of little mistakes. AR, he's overthrowing some passes, he's underthrowing, but that's going to take time. That's not Shane Steichen's fault. He's got this offensive line playing at a high level. He's got Zach Moss playing at a very good level, seeming like we don't need Jonathan Taylor. The defense is very disciplined, and, I know it's still the same defensive coordinator in Gus Bradley, but you could tell they have an extra oomph to them. Like, they have that extra little layer of, yeah, we're here, and we want to play, and we're going to play hard. They didn't have that with Frank Reich. And that's a report card. For weeks 1 through 4, for the Indianapolis Colts, give my straight up grades, no complicated stuff, just straight up grades. I want you guys to let me know what you think about my grades. What would you change? Do you think someone was too low? You think someone else should have had a better or worse grade? Let me know what you think. But this is the JDW Sports Talk Show, and coming at you with your Colts content as I do every single day. If you enjoy Colts content, NFL content, make sure you like, subscribe, put the post notification bell on so you don't miss any future videos. This is the JDW Sports Talk Show, signing off.